Welcome to Rarely Said, the podcast where we talk about what everyone feels but not everyone says. I'm your host Harper, and I'm so excited you're here. Today we're going to talk about my thoughts and kind of my decision on why I don't want to go to college. I've kind of been going back and forth with this because just a few months ago I was like, I am going to college, like that's what I want to do. And recently I've been kind of like changing my mind with it and kind of wanting to not go to college now. And there's like a lot of reasons for that. But I think like my biggest reason is I feel like I'm not hating, but I feel like people mostly want to go to college to like party and get with people and do all that kind of stuff. And I feel like I've already really grown out of that phase of life, and I want to start my life early and start making money and not like be at school another 4 years. I literally hate going to school, so I feel like me going to school for another 4 years would be absolute hell. Yeah, I think that I want to start a life early, and I have a lot of different paths I feel like I can go in at this point. Obviously, I have my podcast. My mom owns a hair salon, so I could kind of go in that path of doing cosmetology school or apprenticing someone. I think if I want to end up going to college, I would do the path where I go to community college for 2 years and transfer in somewhere local. I don't really want to go anywhere far. I used to want to go to ASU super bad, but I feel like the people there are kind of degenerates, so I'd rather stay here, and if I want to go for an education, but not to do all the other crazy stuff. I feel like, especially in my area and where I go to school, it's kind of normal to go to college. Like, literally everyone goes to college. I don't really know anyone that is like, no, I don't want to go to college, like whatever. But everyone at my school goes to college. A lot of people around me go to college. Everyone's committing to college for sports and doing all that stuff. But for me, school, I've never really had the greatest grades. Like, I'm not a genius. I don't do a sport. So it's just like, I'm not really sure what I would go for. Because in my life, I just want to make a lot of money. So it's not like I'm going to do sports or learn. I just want to make money. I think being successful doesn't mean you have to go to college. I've definitely heard people saying like, oh, well, you have to get a degree if you want to do this or do that. But I honestly don't think you need to do that. Personally, I guess it really depends what you want to do. Obviously, if you want to like be a lawyer or or a doctor, like you have to go to school for that. But with me, I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Like, if anything, I would want to do social media or do hair. So obviously, like, I don't need a degree to do that unless I'm just like going to hair school, cosmetology school. But if I were to give like a little piece of advice for people that feel judged because they're not going to college, everyone has like their own path and their own thing that they want to do. And like, that's okay. That's good to be different. If you want to be different and not go to college, then, and you have a path that you want to go down that doesn't even require college and you want to start your life early, then I think that not going to college is a good option. Also, college is expensive, like very expensive. I think I'd rather start making money than go to college and like be in debt, because then that's just another setback. Obviously, there's a lot of alternative paths, so you don't have to go to college, like being an entrepreneur. You can do social media, content creation, you can be a hairstylist, you could do all that stuff without going to college. And also, like what my mom did, she did hair school. She now owns a hair salon, and she decided to do college when she was 50 online, and she like fully graduated, and it was great. Like, you could always decide when you want to go to college and wait till you think you're ready and you think you want to learn, or you have a passion and you want to learn about it. Then I think you could always do that. It's not like right after high school you have to go to college. You can start your life and just get everything ready until you feel like mature enough and like you want to learn, like you want to actually put effort into the school. and then you could do it at a later life. I feel like with me, I have literally no passion to learn anymore because of school. Like, I literally hate going to school. And so I think if I find a passion and I want to actually learn about something later in life when I'm more mature and have had quite a break from school, I feel like I would be a lot more successful in getting good grades and everything than if I were to go in 2 years after my senior year. So that's my look about college and how I don't want to go. If you're listening and you already feel seen, then this podcast is doing its job. You don't have to have your life figured out to be here. Just noticing is enough. Thank you. Talk to you again soon.